For your consideration, imagine, if you will, a place where all your food is golden brown, moist, and tender, cooked to perfection. You're entering a portal of culinary bliss that you've always dreamed of. You're entering the Viking Premier Electric Wall Oven.
The concept of convection cooking has been around since the first strong breeze across a caveman's fire. But it's taken thousands and thousands of years of evolution and a great little company in Greenwood, Mississippi to bring it to perfection. The whole concept of convection cooking is using forced air to aggressively and evenly apply heat to everything that you're cooking in your oven. As easy as that may sound, it's been very, very challenging to find just the right way to do it. Viking has finally hit the home run. As you can see in our oven, we have the largest convection fan in the industry. But that wasn't enough. To get perfect, even cooking front to back as well as side to side, we changed the direction of the fan every 2 minutes. Every 2 minutes you'll hear a subtle click. What happens is not only are we using the fan to move the air in one direction, but every 2 minutes it changes direction. First blowing out and then bringing it in. Using the vents on the side to bring the air in, it'll blow the air out and then back in, creating more of an exhale, an inhale, exhale, and inhale, giving you perfect, even, aggressive heat from the top shelf to the bottom, front to back, middle to the corner. What makes the Viking Electric Premier Wall Oven so good at convection is that we use not only the bake element and the broiler as a heat source for convective cooking, but we do what's called true convect, a European style convection where the heat is generated with a coil around the fan itself, giving you the most even and perfect baking and roasting possible. On the selector knob, you have 7 choices for cooking: a bake, convection bake, convection broil, convection roast, true convect, broil high, broil medium, and broil low. Each one of these offers you a very unique, a very sophisticated, but an incredibly easy way to bring your food to that next level. Let's start with bake. Bake is the most straightforward, easy, and common way to cook your food. The uniqueness of the Viking Premier Electric Oven is that the baking element is covered and built into the infrastructure of the oven itself. There's no exposed element. Bake is going to be the first setting that you put whatever setting you're going to be using, because it's the best way to preheat your oven. Gentle heat coming up through the skin of the oven provides a roasting or baking environment from below. It's the best. Now we get into the convection cooking. Convective bake is using that same bake element that we talked about earlier, only now we're using the fan in the back to take the heat and the energy coming up through the bottom of the oven and move it around so that it roasts and gives a golden glow to every side and every facet of your food. Now for true convection, or true convect. This is where we use an element that encircles the fan and provides the truest, most even, consistent heat for all of your baking needs. Convection roast is the combination of the bake element and the broiling element, providing the heat from above and below, and sandwiched in the middle is that beautiful air being moved around by the convection fan. Convection broil is a very unique style of convection where you want to get that golden brown on top, but make sure that enough heat's been applied to cook your food all the way through. With your high broil, the high heat broil is going to give you that wonderful Pittsburgh finish on a steak. This is where your meats become magic. Medium broil gives you the opportunity to do fish and items that you're not going to be able to turn, giving them that golden brown finish on top, but enough cooking time to cook them all the way through. Low broil, one of the best kept secrets in cooking, to give you that golden brown on the lemon meringue pie so that everything is dark and caramelized, but you haven't burnt the tips. Low broil is your best bet. Now for just a couple of tips on convection cooking. If this is your first time to explore the magic of convection cooking, just keep in mind two simple rules. First, on any recipe that you've been using before, on regular bake, reduce the cooking temperature by 25 degrees. More importantly, start checking your product. Reduce your cooking time by 1/3. That's not to say that this will be finished in 1/3 or 2/3 the time, but about 2/3 into the cooking cycle, you're going to know exactly how much longer it needs. You'll find things are much more golden brown on the outside, so check your cakes to make sure that they're cooked all the way through. Check your temperatures on your meat. The skin may look a little darker, a little more caramelized, but the temperature may be a little bit lower inside. As you do, you're going to find that your food is cooked to perfection, better than you ever imagined.